Hey Sneak Peekers, I'm Allie, and I had the pleasure of diving back to Arrakis with an early screening of Dune Part 2, the sequel to the first Dune and a continuation of Frank Herbert's iconic novel. The film opens just hours after the events of the first movie with our main protagonist, Paul Atreides, and his mother, Lady Jessica from the House of Atreides, who find themselves living with the Fremen in the aftermath of the brutal attack on them. The movie follows Paul and his growing relationship with Chani and loyalty to the Fremen as he seeks revenge on the conspirators who destroyed his family. As the movie continues, we see him struggle to understand and prevent the future laid out for him. As Paul Atreides, Timothee Chalamet delivers yet another amazing performance. Talk about a transformation. We witness him gradually gaining control while simultaneously grappling with his own ethics, especially as he begins to embody the beliefs of the Fremen, who see him as the one and the Messiah. Zendaya's performance was also a major highlight. Though she had only 7 minutes of screen time in the first movie, she made a lasting impression with her elevated portrayal of Chani. She infuses her character with a depth and a complexity that goes beyond the mere attraction. Throughout the film, Zendaya beautifully captures Chani's internal struggle between her love for Paul and her unwavering commitment to her values and beliefs. Among the supporting cast, Austin Butler absolutely stole the show with his portrayal of Fade Routha. He captivated every scene he was in and effectively depicted the sheer brutality of the Harkonnens alongside Stellan Skarsgard's Baron Vladimir. Alongside these two, Rebecca Ferguson delivered an engaging and chilling performance as Lady Jessica. Going beyond her role as a mother and sister within Bene Gesserit, additionally, Javier Bardem carried the narrative forward with his portrayal of Stilgar, and I was happy to see Josh Brolin and Dave Bautista return with incredible performances. And let's not forget the remarkable Florence Pugh, whose talent promises even more in the next film, along Lea Seydoux and Souheila Yacoub, who leave a lasting impact despite little screen time. There's so much ground to cover with all these performances and the star-studded cast, but I have to talk about the beauty of the film from the technical aspects. The cinematography, simply breathtaking. Each shot immerses you further into the expansive world of Dune, amplifying the character-driven narrative. Nothing less from Greg Fraser himself, who has most definitely secured his next Oscar. And don't even get me started on the soundtrack. Hans Zimmer really was able to enhance Denis Villeneuve's masterpiece. In Dune Part 2, Villeneuve's film also navigates complex themes of colonialism and religious fundamentalism, particularly through the lens of Paul and Jessica's connection to the indigenous people of Arrakis. Despite touching on the implications of the Atreides inheritance, the movie falls short of fully examining the colonial violence inherent in it. At times, the film undermines its own exploration by playing on the Fremen's religion for laughs and missing an opportunity to delve into intra-Fremen divisions about the Messiah. Despite this, Villeneuve skillfully suggests and subverts racial dynamics, challenging Paul's white savior arc and subverting conventional heroic narratives. It excels in depicting the overt violence of imperial power, but its nuanced implications could have been explored more deeply. The movie also unfortunately fell short of building Paul and Chani's relationship. Despite great chemistry between Zendaya and Chalamet, their romance felt fairly underdeveloped. Fans of the book might especially be disappointed by the cuts made to the story that could have better established the connection they shared and built upon the consequential ending. Despite its flaws, Dune Part 2 effectively follows its predecessor, picking up the pace and delivering an action-packed narrative with a few surprises. It's a masterpiece that grabs you by the collar and refuses to let go. And I am excited to see how Dune Messiah will eventually conclude Paul's story. Let us know what you thought of Dune Part 2 at Sneak Peek TSTV, and now let's get back to the hosts.